going on? You're tuned into a new edition about a healthy lifestyle and nutrition. Come along with me, I'll show you around. Tell you how to live better, so how does that sound? Talk about healthy foods and great spices to look and feel better, have your body shaped the nicest. Not a gymnast, but I can talk about fitness. All good for the soul, get your spirit lifted. No health, no wealth, I'ma give you some help. Try to find out what's healthy, don't do it yourself. I can tell you about herbs, have you lost for words, for sure. You can count on me to search. I'm on go when I'm talking about the green. Not about the money, but the plants and the beans. I'll show you what you need and you know what I mean. I've been around the world, let me show you what I've seen.
It's urban garden time. Summertime 2025. First day of summer. And let's see what's growing in the corner over here. I have lemon balm. Came back every year. It smells really good, y'all. Is this a weed? No. Wow. It likes shade. Stinging nettle as well, like shade. Very good for the allergies. Has good vitamin K. And this is my flower pot here. Got my marigolds growing. And it looks like my barrage that I planted last year, the seeds I got from Amsterdam, is coming back, y'all. I just transplanted a volunteer tomato plant, and I got a lot more to put in this pot as well. I'm growing garlic, y'all. You gotta grow your garlic, and these are garlic scapes. Very good flavor. I gotta cut them so the bulb can continue to grow at the bottom as well. This is an onion that's been in here for a very long time, and it's still growing. It looks like it's gonna be a red onion. And I got garlic around the perimeter. And look, y'all, I brought back some seeds from Thailand, and this is pumpkin. And this, I think, may be Korean mint. I threw either Korean mint or hosps. They're both in the same family, and sometimes I can't tell whether or not which is which. We shall see. Okay, I have my purple ruffled basil doing. Ooh, that smells really good. Wow. And keep in mind, dark colored foods, different colored foods, especially the purples and the reds, very good antioxidants. And I got some volunteer tomatoes. I threw in some dill yesterday. There's a pepper plant coming up. Oh man, y'all know how I feel about bird shoot. And I got my gloves. Okay, I hate bird stuff on my stuff, so we're gonna get rid of that so no one gets sick. I threw in some peppers. Remember, when you're chopping up your produce, those produce scraps, throw it in a pot of soil, and you'll get volunteers of free food coming up. So this is a hot mess, but it's food, you guys. This is peppers, sweet peppers, all tangled up in here. Tomatoes, and I, threw in some garlic. So it's loving the heat. Moving along on this side, I had planted during the fall last year a whole roll of garlic. It was doing well coming up during the winter. I guess all the garlic cloves rotted out. So gotta start over, but instead I planted watermelon radish. If you haven't had a watermelon radish, excellent flavor. If you love that spicy kick, this is it, you guys. During the summer, take advantage. You see this popping up in the farmers market or in your supermarkets. Try a watermelon radish. And I grew fenugreek, and it's coming up. fenugreek seeds. Smells really good, you guys. The leaves are edible. Another purple ruffled basil I got from the farmer's market. Oh, look at this. Volunteer dandelion. Dandelion is a weed. A, you can pull it out of your garden, or B, you can eat the dandelion. Very good for the liver. Okay, today is Friday, June 20th, 2025. Like I said, it's the first day of summer, and I don't know what's going on with this Pakistani mulberry. It looked like it has a black fungus, so I will be chopping it down. I'm going to try to save the lower bark and the root to see if I can come back, throw out the old soil, and change the pot. I'm telling you, man. Another fruit tree going down. And this is my sapodilla. It's hanging in there. Get a good shot of it. It's hanging in there. I brought it outside to enjoy the summer vacation. This, I finally realized what I had planted. This is St. Joseph wort. Very good medicinal. We'll definitely take advantage this season and drying out the herbs. Sage. This is my Korean mint. And this is my Whitehall. Held this down during COVID. Moving along. I had to repot my Nagami kumquat because a colony of ants was in it when I had it indoors, and it was also suffering from scales. Had to change the pot, had to change the soil, had to spray it down with neem oil solution with a little soap in a spray bottle, and let's hope it struggles back to life. This is one of my blueberries. Now I have a total of 3 blueberry bush. This was my first, this was my second, and this is my third. So this is my blueberry bush. This is volunteer tomatoes that I dropped in the same pot, and it seems very happy. Got a few blueberries on here. You gotta protect your investment when you're planting edibles. Protect your investment. So I'm protecting my blueberries from the birds. And as you can see, I have blueberries growing and they finally changing, but it's not fully ripe yet, but it's getting there. I repotted the latest edition of this blueberry bush I got from Home Depot, and it was on sale last year. And this is a high bush Northernland blueberry. It looks like it's loving this pot. Okay, this brown raised bed is my medicinal raised bed. I said in the past, I call this my medicinal raised bed because I am growing saffron crocus flowers. Saffron is gold, y'all. Saffron will pop up in fall when it's cool. And also I am growing sea buckthorn berries. I got 2 females and 1 male. You need a male to pollinate a female. So I have Lloyd, the male in the middle, and the 2 females at the end, Mary and Eva. And guess what, you guys? 3rd year growing this. I ordered these from Canada from a vendor. And guess what? Look very closely, and I'm finally getting berries. Now, sea buckthorn berries is one of the highest berries, highest omega-7 3s, has the highest oil nutrients foods out there. The leaves are beneficial as well. You can make tea and dry the leaves out, or throw the leaves in a pot of water and boil. Very medicinal, you guys. Very medicinal. And sea thornberry loves winter as well, so it's a perennial. It keeps growing back. But one thing about sea thornberries that I noticed, they will take over your garden because they will spread. They'll pop up different areas. And I noticed that. It popped up behind the fence over there. But you cannot find these berries in some states. So if you see it in the supermarket, try to grab a pint and try it out. But what I read up on sea thornberries, it's sour, but we'll still see how these taste. But finally, you guys, I am growing the berries. Very, very medicinal. Very medicinal. If you have dry eye issues, this is the berries you need to concentrate on. Very medicinal. I threw in some garlic cloves in there to plant. So, oh, look at this, you guys. The scapes, so I gotta cut that up. Here, I threw in some seeds. I threw in some spinach. Well, look, another volunteer weed came up, a dandelion. I'll just leave that in there. I threw in some peppers. And I don't recall, what is this? This is what I hate, where stuff pops up and I don't even know if the seeds that I planted or is it weed. We shall see. We shall see what that is. Moving along. Got yellow flowers to help the bees come over here. Oh no, my blueberries is on the ground. I planted more garlic in this makeshift raised bed I made out of bricks and cardboard at the bottom. As you can tell, I also put weed blocker cardboard down first and the weed blocker because I couldn't deal with the weeds. I'm very allergic to weeds. So in here I dropped 2 seeds of green artichokes. Yes, artichokes is very beneficial for the heart. So I said, let me try it again and grow it again this season. Hopefully it'll grow quick while during the summer. And a lot of garlic I planted. Also, I dropped yesterday some king bitters from Thailand. It's a bitter vegetable, so it only likes hot temperatures, so we shall see if that comes up. I went to the farmer's market in Union Square, Manhattan, and I finally purchased some thyme. And look at this. I guess I'm realizing thyme can take over a garden. Oh, the smell is amazing. Thyme, very beneficial. If you're fighting a cold, you'll need that thyme. Have some thyme in your house, dried or fresh. When I planted more fenugreek seeds, and I transplanted some of the seedlings in here, and also more of a purple ruffled basil that I got from the farmer's market. Okay, in this other brown raised bed, I call this my berry raised bed. Why? I have several different berries growing in here. My mistake where I put 2 blackberries, sweetie pie blackberry bushes in here that I got from Lidl's supermarket. Another supermarket where you need to take advantage when they have those berry plant sales, grab them. I got 2 sweetie pie blackberries, and I got a Glencoe raspberry plant from there. So what I did was I put all 3 in the same raised bed. Didn't realize blackberries is a spreader. It took over the whole thing and overshadowed the raspberries. So what I did was I opened it up, cut down some of the canes or vines, you want to call them, and let the raspberry shine. And then I added an addition of gujai berries. I moved this from another raised bed because it was taking over and overshadowing my vegetables, and I stuck it here. This year, 2025, is showing norths. So we'll see if I get a lot of berries, but with the gojai berries, the leaves are edible. You can put it in soups, you can make tea. Very good for the eyes. And I gotta come out here to clean up that bird crap. Ugh. Alright, okay. Oh, look at this, you guys. I didn't realize this was I know I didn't really read up much on the Glencoe raspberry, and I was wondering why my raspberries were like dark purple instead of like reddish. So I did a little digging, and Glencoe is a purplish raspberry. Oh my God, so sweet. Even the puppy we have, Jackson, he loves it. If you're looking for raspberries, looking for that sweetness, Glencoe is what it is. In this pot, I may put maybe a Valentier tomato in here, but I don't know what is growing in this. I'm trying to smell it. You know, this has like a minty, not a minty, like a citrus. Wow, it has a citrus smell to it. I wonder if it could be a lemon seed, because I've been throwing a lot of my produce food scraps when I chop up food into pots and raised bed. But yeah, this smells very minty, not minty, citrusy. But it looks like something is growing. I think I threw in, what did I throw in here? Oh, tomato seeds are growing here as well. Okay, moving along. I added 2 new additions to the food groups. I ordered online from Mason's Citrus Nursery in Georgia. I bought, which one is this one? Okay, Anoma 8 Tangoid orange. Yes, this is a blood orange, you guys. Look at this. I liked the way Mason's Citrus Nursery does their caring of their citrus plants, and how they make sure they don't let any pests invade their nursery space. So shout out to Mason's Nursery in Georgia. If you go on their YouTube channel, and they'll let you in on how they care for their plants. So far so good. It came here healthy, no, bug free. And look at that, you guys. This is a blackberry flower. Okay, in these grow bags, once again I'm growing again in grow bags. 2 bags I planted of sweet potatoes. One is orange flesh with the purple skin sweet potato, and one is the purple flesh, purple skin sweet potato. And I got it from the supermarket. I just threw it in there, and I'm just waiting patiently for it to leaf up. And once again, look at this dandelion weed. And here, what did I threw in some celery seed. Now this is a weed. So I'm hoping that I get some celery. The celery seeds I threw in were named Utah. And this pot, it looks like this came back. This is I believe it may be an onion. So what I've been doing was harvesting the green stalk of it, and you can tell it's flowering. Very good flavor. Very good flavor. Also, like I said, when I cut up my raw produce, this was the top part of a beet, and I stuck the top part of the beet in a cup of water until it rooted, and then I threw it in here to plant. So these are beet greens growing up, and this is the extra seedling of the purple basil I got from the farmer's market. And there is onion, garlic cloves in there as well. And I threw in an Italian squash yesterday that a friend gave me, and I transplanted in here. We shall see how that does. And then in these cubicle squares, raised bed, I'm growing garlic. I threw in some lettuce seeds in there. Lettuce do not like hot weather. So what I did was, since this was being overshadowed by the blackberry and the raspberry bush, I figured that if it grows, it'll block the sun from hitting it so it won't bolt. And this is one of my oldest raised bed in here, which I have my sage bush still surviving. It's the gift that keeps on giving, held us down during COVID, and it's loving the raised bed. And then also it's a combo of me throwing my food scraps, because I do not have an area to throw them in. So I'm throwing them in here, and I'm getting volunteers of free food. And what you're seeing with these big leaves is volunteer of acorn squash. Last year I had volunteered of acorn squash, and I kept the seeds and I threw it in here, and it's giving me something. We shall see. And I also planted extra garlic cloves. Look at this, you guys, another garlic scape. I have to come back here and cut it so it can continue in the ground to keep forming those cloves bulbs. Okay, once again, more garlic I planted, and I have no idea what this is. It doesn't smell citrusy, so it may be a weed. I may have to pull that up. I should pull it up now. I don't know what it is. Yeah, maybe a weed. And okay, I'm trying something new, you guys. I'm trying to recycle. I took a box, put wheat block at the bottom, threw in some soil and some fertilizer, and I dropped some carrot seeds, all different types of variety of carrot seeds in here, from purple and orange to red, and just waiting for them to sprout. So if you don't have a plant pot, use a empty box. On this table, I still got my Awari Satsuma orange surviving this season. It looks like I need to give it nutrients because it's light colored. And then we had a whole lot of rain as well. It's been raining like every week, almost every day. And I don't thin out my flower producing fruits. I just let the tree drop whatever that it cannot handle, and that's what it's telling me. But it's still fruit for me. Oh Lord, here we go, another bird crap. Moving along, another citrus that I had for a few years now, and this is my Maya lemon. and it had flowers indoors. It dropped all its flowers, dropped all its leaves, and now it's coming back to life because it's heating up. And once again, I said, and we have a lot of rain every week, so the yellowing is for the rain, and it's coming back. And volunteer tomato seeds in this pot, and I'm going to remove one of these tomato plants and repot it somewhere. Marigolds, I'm growing marigolds to fight off the pests and also to harvest the flower petals because it has high antioxidants. High antioxidants in marigold flowers. Okay, and this pot here is out for vacation, and this is, wow, swaying in the wind, is my moringa. Yes, you guys, I'm in zone 7B in New York. You can grow moringa. This is a moringa tree that I've been growing for the past 2 years from seed. Moringa is not a perennial in zone 7B. So if you grow moringa by seed, you have to bring it indoors and outdoors. Outdoors during the summer for vacation, and once fall comes, you have to bring it back inside. And one thing about moringa is it grows like a drumstick. So look how tall, tall and skinny. I had to cut it down because it was getting too tall in the house. And once I cut it down, look, flushing out a lot of leaves. Moringa, moringa, moringa. Let me tell you the benefits moringa. The leaves and the branches are edible. Very medicinal, very nutrition in it. Those who got diabetes, cholesterol, this is the tree, this is the greenery that you need to be eating. Moringa, moringa, moringa. Okay, yesterday I dropped some seeds in here. I had dropped fenugreek seeds, but I may plant more. But I also dropped a kaffir seed from I got from Thailand from my mom's tree in there. And I also dropped, yesterday I dropped purple and green holy basil. Now purple and green holy basil is so medicinal. It helps with stress, it helps with immune system, and it's very good to put in your foods. Raw, dried, make tea, whatever how you do it, make pesto. Excellent basil. Like, here we go again with the garlic, another garlic scape I have to harvest. I'm dropping different garlics in different pots, you guys. And this is a carrot. Like I said, I dropped carrot seeds from last year, and this is thriving, so hopefully I get a carrot. I think this may be the purple carrot that I planted. And then down here could be pepper seeds, because like I said, I'd be throwing my food scraps around. And this is my lead jujube. Yes, you guys, I am growing a lead jujube in zone 7B, which you can grow a jujube tree because it takes cold weather as well. This lead jujube, you do not need another tree to pollinate. Lead jujube is self-pollinated. It's for the first time, not for the first time. I did have flowers a year or two ago, but now I'm getting multiple flowers. They usually start out small and it doesn't grow much than that. Now it's growing, so we shall see how big these flowers are. And you know, of course, once fruits turn into flowers, it turn into fruit. So this is lead jujube, and it's taller than me, so I'm 5'7", so this is way past my height. and it's growing in the pot. You can grow it in the pot, you guys. As you can tell, more food scraps, bananas, orange peels is in here. Okay, moving along, I had to dig up my lavender bush from that raised bed because one thing about lavender, it will grow bushy, and it was taking up my raised bed like this. Right, this is Haas in the Korean mint family, and it's growing crazy, you guys. Look at this. So you know what I have to do, cut it down. It's overshadowing, but the smell is amazing. It reminds me of Korean mint, the way it smells. But when I read online, the difference between them two is the hops has a licorice flavor. The Anise hops has a licorice flavor, and the Korean mint is minty, more minty. The leaves and the flowers are edible. You dry them out and make tea. So this is the lavender. Back to the lavender bush. Gave it a pot, new soil, and it seemed like it's struggling because half the plant is out of dormancy and half the plant is either dead or alive. So I've kind of trimmed it back, so we shall see, but there is showing life. Oh, love lavender. Very medicinal. Helps the nervous system. It helps stimulate hair growth. Very medicinal, you guys. Bacteria and virus protectant. Very medicinal. Okay, in this pot I just transplanted a volunteer tomato, and I have a marigold growing there, and here's another purple feathered ruffled basil. From the farmer's market, I bought a whole tray of it, so it had like 4 or 5 seedlings grown from the tray, so which was beneficial for us gardeners, because once we see more than one growing, that's a bonus if you're buying in from the farmer's market. So here's a tip: if you're buying any plants in the farmer's market, check to see if it's more than one plant growing inside that pot. And behind it you can see the volunteer tomatoes growing, and then from this angle you can see my food scraps that I have in here. But it's growing food, you guys. It's growing food. This is a flower plant. It's struggling, you guys. I dropped some fertilizer. We'll see how that comes back to life, but it produces pink flowers. And this green raised bed, these are weed. This one is a weed. I don't know if it's a radish, but I keep pulling it up. It keeps popping back out. So I have to come here and pull it, but it's all in this raised bed. Look at this. You see I have the weed blocker, and it still grows. This is all weed. I don't know, it could be from those radishes I grew, but yeah, I gotta come in here and weed it out. But right there I had dropped some tomatoes. This may be the cherry tomatoes I planted here. Look at this. Ever since I moved the lavender bush, this oregano has been taking off high. And one thing I learned about oregano, it's a spreader as well. So if you're gonna plant oregano, have a separate home for it. I got garlic down there. I moved my yarrow, which held us down during COVID, that was over there on my elevated raised bed stand, and put the yarrow here. And then I have garlic behind there. So let's move to the other raised bed. Okay, this is the second new addition to the family of this season. And this is my kaffir lime tree I got from Mason's Citrus Nursery. So far it's loving its pot, and the leaves, usually the Asian cultures, they dry it out and they add it to their food. Another addition to the family I got from Ison's nursery. I wanted a second pomegranate because we all know how pomegranate is very beneficial for the heart, helps circulation, helps with fluid. And this is a Russian variety, and this is called Bala Marcel, and it's still coming out of dormancy. Here I moved all my planters to the greenhouse front, and I dropped seeds in here. So I don't know if this seedling is bitter melon. I did planted some butterfly pea, and of course there's the volunteer dandelion. I also dropped roselle seeds in here. So, and I also dropped a cantaloupe. So we shall see what happens in this pot here. This is my first pomegranate, the Parfenka Russian variety, and so far it hasn't come out of dormancy, but I scratched it. It's still alive. It shows some greenery underneath the bark, but we shall see. But it looks like there's nodules of popping up, so we'll see how this next heat wave days come and brings it out. And I got garlic around the perimeter of it, and this is another addition that I ordered from Ison's nursery. A Concord grapevine. This is the one with the seeds in it. So it's finally came out of dormancy, and so far it's loving its pot. And I also drop additional seeds in here as well. Utilize any space you can. I dropped some purple long beans, so hopefully something will come up here. I don't know if this is a weed or a seed. We shall see. Another volunteer tomato that I planted right here. Along the side of this greenhouse, I planted 2 cucumber seeds, and they finally taken off and flowering. So we shall see how that does. In the back, I planted some marigolds. I planted some seeds of kohlrabi. Never had kohlrabi, but we shall see. In the middle is German chamomile. So far it's taken off, you guys. Look at this. The chamomile's flowers is coming up, and I've been thinning out the weeds that's in between here. And this area here, I planted 2 squash. So I think this may be pumpkin squash. We shall see what that is. You know what? Did I put it? Yeah, here we go. Oh, yeah, it is. This is the candy roaster squash. So we shall see. I gotta go in here and pull up more weeds. And behind there is marigolds growing. I'm planting a lot of marigolds to help with the pests, and also I'm harvesting the flowers. These are I'm propagating my gujai berry bush in here. It's the gift that keeps on giving. And also I had dropped a mango seed that I got from Vars Farm, Miami. I ate a mango and I put the seed down. We shall see what comes up. Okay, this is a no dig raised bed. What that means is I did not dig into the dirt. I laid down a weed blocker, I laid down cardboard box, and I put soil on top. So this is what this is. And I planted in the middle a tuber of the dahlias. that I got from Home Depot, and finally with all this rain, it's just shooting up high. So we shall see. I gotta get another stick to hold it up, and behind it I planted fiber beans. When you grow fiber beans, the leaves are edible. I planted okra behind here. I planted 7 variety of kale. So we shall see out of the 7 kales what came up. I also planted some beets. More kale here. I dropped some chives here. I also planted Asian eggplant seeds, and they never came up. And I also had planted broccoli. So this may be broccoli here. And some cayenne peppers, but nothing came up. So in this, under this netting here, I got green leafy vegetables growing. Down there, if you can tell, these are weeds that needs to be picked up. And I got a goji bush that I thought I had dug up, and it still came back. Behind there, all the way to the other end, I planted several seeds of Swiss chard. So far so good. Oh, this may be broccoli, you guys. We shall see what that comes out of. And let's go on the other side. Okay, in the front, these are definitely weeds. It keeps coming up. Definitely weeds. And that may be onion. That onion stalk keeps coming back every year. And I just always cut off the greenery and eat that. This is one of my lettuce varieties that I've been eating now that the weather's getting hot. It's trying to bulk. And on this side it's all like different types of Swiss chard. So, oh yeah, and in the front I also planted arugula, and arugula do not like hot weather, so we shall see what comes up. But this here is definitely weed. Yeah, this is definitely weed, not arugula, because the way it looks. Yeah, these are definitely weeds. All these are weeds. Just keep in mind, arugula does not like heat. Protect your investment. And this here is my tart cherry tree, and as you can tell, it's fruited, a lot of berries, but I'm waiting for it to turn even darker red to harvest them. And I got this cherry tree from Ison's nursery. And this table here, I'm praying that I get my my miracle berry tree to come back to life. For the first time last in the winter, I put it in the greenhouse, and it's an unheated greenhouse, so I don't know if the cold knocked it out. So far it hasn't come out of dormancy yet, but we shall see in the next few days, because we're going to be having a heat wave of high in the 90s if it'll wake up. But hopefully it does. Hopefully it does. I don't know. I need some kind of showing of life here, but we shall see. I'm looking for any berry forms of flowers, but we shall see. I gave it a little more fertilizer, but we shall see. In this pot here, I'm gonna plant something in the middle, but more garlic capes, more garlic. So I'm gonna come out here and cut them, but don't throw these away. If you're growing garlic, when you see these garlic capes, that means that they are hard neck. Hard neck variety of garlic will produce these garlic capes. It has a garlic flavor, very, very good. These two here are my rose bushes, and it's coming back to life because we moved it and put it in this area last year. Okay, in this little section, this is a test. I put a volunteer tomato seedling here to see how it grows in native soil, and I had put an Italian squash seedling here. We shall see how that goes. But so far it's taking a beating, but that was yesterday. And that's it, you guys. That's the tour of 2025, the first day of summer.